Hi guys, welcome to KG Tuition Center. Hope everyone watched the last video and clearly understood the concepts of forfeiture, reissue, everything. So today will be the last part of the session of this chapter. Okay, I'm going to take two sums, and which one model I'll be giving the homework. Okay, or you can practice it or whatever you want. Okay, we'll go with it will be a small session. First, I'll go with the sum which asked in the previous year. Okay, this question has been asked in the previous year, so I have to put from it. So, Kumta Limited invited applications for issuing 1 lakh equity shares of rupees 10 each at a premium of 6 per share. Okay, they've issued 1 lakh equity shares at a of rupees 10, face value is rupees 10, and the premium is rupees 6. The amount was payable as follows: on application and allotment 8 per share. Okay, including premium of rupees 3. First in the final call balance including premium. Now overall it comes around to 10 rupees plus 6 rupees premium of 16. So in 16 application and allotment is 8. Okay, including premium of rupees 3, and the balance is first in the final call. Okay, including premium. Application for 1 lakh 60 were received. So they issued for 1 lakh, but we received for 1 lakh 60. Application for 10,000 were rejected and pro rata allotment was made to remaining applicants. Okay, so 10,000 shares were rejected and then the balance was made on a pro rata basis. So excess application received an application and allotment were returned. So excess what they were, they returned it. So return means bank account it will be debited because amount we are receiving. Dheeraj, who was allotted 200 shares, failed to pay the first and the final call. So, okay, he didn't pay the first and the final call. His shares were forfeited. Okay, all the forfeited shares were reissued at rupees 5 per share, fully paid. Okay, whatever shares they are forfeited, all the forfeited shares have been reissued. Reissued means they are selling the shares. Forfeited shares they are selling it. Okay, so pass necessary journal entry in the books of Kumtan Limited. Okay. Already these type of sums we have solved in the previous session also. So as it is a previous year question, you will solve it in the class itself. So books of Kumta Limited journal entries. As I said, these two are important. And then date particulars. Okay. So first we have received for 1 lakh 60 shares. Okay. So bank account debit to equity share application and allotment because they have given application and allotment. So equity share application and allotment 1 lakh 60 into 8. So it comes around to 12 lakh 80. Next, equity share application up to equity share capital. So we have to transfer only what they issued to share capital. So they issued 1 lakh shares. So 1 lakh into 5 is the how 5 because 8 rupees per share including premium of rupees 3. So premium will come under securities premium. So for share capital we will transfer only rupees 5 per share. So 1 lakh into 5, 5 lakh. And then to securities premium 1 lakh into 3, 3 lakh. So 8 lakh done. Next to bank. Why bank? Because they said 10,000 shares were rejected and the excess application were allotted to okay and the pro rata basis and the balance will be rejected. Okay. So 10,000 shares were rejected. So what they are doing to bank account 60,000 into 8. Okay. 4 lakh 80. What they said after adjustment balance will be excessively returned. Okay. So uh, how much is the excess? 1 lakh. Here 1 lakh 60. 60 is the excess. 60 excess will be rejected. It means refund. So to bank account 60 into 8. So 4 lakh 80 will be returned. So application money transferred to share capital and securities premium excess money returned. Next. Equity share first and the final call because we can't put here separately allotment or application because both they given in the single statement, so we are written in the single statement. Okay, so no need to write it separately. We'll go for first and the final call. So equity share first call, final call, how much? 1 lakh shares into balance. So balance how it will come 8. So I told it total 16. 10 per 6 is 16. So here 8 and the balance here including premium will be 8. So 8 lakh. To share capital will transfer only 5 and the balance securities premium 3. Okay, it's a due amount done. Next, you come to receive. What you received? Bank account debtor 99,800 shares. Because on 1 lakh shares, you didn't receive 200 shares. 200 shares failed to pay. Okay, so balance 99,800 shares into 8. Calls in arrears 200 into 8. Equity share first and final call 1 lakh into 8. Actually, you should have received 1 lakh into 8, but you received 99,800 shares only. 200 shares you didn't receive because you failed to pay. Okay, so that's in calls in arrears. Calls in arrears means we need to receive the money, but we didn't receive it. Okay, we need to receive. It's a calls in arrears. So 200 into 8, whole amount is 1 lakh into 8, 8 lakh. Next, forfeiture. What they have said in forfeiture? The shares were forfeited, all the shares forfeited shares were reissued at rupees 5 per share. Okay. Its shares were forfeited. Next, equity share capital account debtor 200 into 10. Equity securities premium 200 into 3. Calls in arrears 200 into 8. To share forfeiture 200 into 5. Got it? The shares for forfeited means previous shares what they were issued, it will be cancelled. Okay, he didn't pay the first and final call. So whatever he paid it before, it will be cancelled. So application and allotment money you have paid it before, it will be cancelled. So its face value is rupees 5 per share. Securities premium is 3 per share. Okay, you have shown it separately. Calls in a race is rupees 8. Okay, so equity share capital overall 10. So 200 shares will be forfeited for non-payment of first and the final call. Next, what they have said, reissue. Reissued at rupees 5 per share. Okay. So bank account data 200 into 5. So 1000 rupees. Then share for future, how much? 200 into 5. Equity share capital 200 into 10. So 200 shares reissued. Whatever shares they have forfeited, all shares have been reissued. If all shares have been reissued, there will be no gain. There will be no gain to transfer to capital reserve. Okay. Whole shares have been reissued. If there is some partly share have been reissued, then there will be a gain. That gain will be transferred to capital reserve. If whatever shares are forfeited, whole shares have been reissued. So there will be no gain, there will be no transfer to capital reserve. So no entry required. Okay. So 200 into 5, it's a bank share for future. So share for future, if you see, share for future here also 1000, here also 1000, here also 1000. So if you put also capital reserve, nothing will be. There is no necessary of in passing capital reserve entry. Okay, if there is partial transfer in reissue, okay, if there is partial transfer in reissue and if there is any gain, then we have to transfer to capital reserve. So here no need to transfer to capital reserve. So this is simple sum. They have asked the previous year. Okay, so these type of models only they are asking in every type. I referred last 2 years paper, last 2 to 3 years. These type of questions only they are asking. They're asking this question. Okay, they'll just change the number. Okay, they'll just change the number, but the model will be same like this. Pro rata basis allotment will be there, and the balance will be returned, and then any one share they won't pay, and then they will reissue. Okay, these type of model only they are asking. So it's a very easy question. 6 marks you will get it for sure. If you thorough it, 6 mark you will get it for sure. There is no doubt in it. Okay, 1 6 mark is confirmed. Next, next is 6 mark. I'll tell you. Next is 6 mark. This sum. See, this sum also is important. They are in public exam. They are asking two sums in share capital. Okay. First sum is this model. What they are given whole shares have been. For example, they have invited 20,000. It's a oversubscription. In oversubscription, they have separated as a category one and two. This model. Second model is now what we saw before itself. Okay, that model. These two types of sums, they are asking it repeatedly. There is no change in that. Okay, uh, there's no change in that. Okay, there's no more sums harder than this. If you want, you can refer NCRT or TS Grewal, whatever you want, whatever book you want. You can refer it. You can refer sample papers also. These type of sums have been asking repeatedly. The numbers will get changed. Okay. This sum also I took it from last year or something sample paper only. I didn't take it from the your study material. I have taken the sum from I think last year compartment exam or something like sample paper. Okay, I'm not sure, but this one is a previous year question. Previous year they have asked it set one, I think so. Set one, this question has been there. Okay, so let's go. Diamond Limited issued a prospectus inviting application for 20,000 shares of rupees 10 each. The amount was payable as follows: application rupees 4 per share, allotment 4 per share, first and the final call balance. So 8 and the balance is 2. Application for 45,000 shares have been received. Okay. And the allotment has been made as applicant for 35,000 shares, they were allotted 15,000 shares. And for 10,000 shares applicants, they were allotted 5,000 shares. It was decided that excess money received on application adjusted towards some due on allotment and calls. Okay, whatever excess we have received, we need to adjust through allotment and call. Amar applicant of category 2 is a applicant of category 2. Okay, is applicant of category 2. Failed to pay the first and the final call. He didn't pay the first and the final call. His shares were forfeited and subsequently reissued at rupees 2 per share. Okay. Pass necessary journal entry to record the above transaction in the books of the Diamond Limited. What they have said, they failed to pay the first and the final call. His shares were forfeited and subsequently reissued at rupees 2 per share. So here also there is no partial reissue. All the shares are forfeited. Whatever he did pay, the shares were forfeited and they subsequently reissued. Okay. So subsequently reissued means everything have been, whatever shares have been forfeited, everything have been reissued. There is no partial reissue. So there is no gain and there is no capital reserve entry. First you have to fix that. Okay. Then we'll move on to the solution. First one, bank account data to equity option application, whatever how much we received as applications, 45,000 shares. So 45,000 share into 4. Next, equity share application to equity share capital. Share capital you will transfer only 20,000 shares. So 20,000 shares into 4. And the balance we have to adjust through allotment. So in allotment 20,000 shares into 4. And the balance they have said allotment and calls. So calls in advance. How much? 1 lakh minus 80,000. So what is that 1 lakh minus 80,000? 1 lakh is the excess amount. Okay. 1 lakh 80 what we have received 45,000 shares into 4. Actually we should have, actually is 80 what we have transferred to share capital, 20,000 into 4, and the balance is 1 lakh. Then 1 lakh is the excess value. So 1 lakh minus what we adjusted to allotment 80, the balance is 20 we have to allot here. Okay, so they have said in the question itself excess money adjusted towards allotment and call. So allotment maximum we can allocate only 80,000. So 20,000 shares into 4. So maximum we have allocated, and the balance we should allocate to calls. We should adjust in the calls amount. So balance we are adjusting in the calls. 20,000 into 1 lakh minus 80, 20,000. Okay. Next, allotment due entry, allotment account equity share allotment to equity share capital 1 lakh into 7.5. Sorry, not 7.5. It's 20,000 into 4. Okay. Sorry guys, I made a mistake. It's 20,000 into 4. 20,000 shares into rupees 4 per share. Okay. So 20,000 shares into 4 per share, 80,000. It's a due amount. So what we have received? We received nothing. We received nothing because we have already adjusted 80,000 fully in the excess application. So we received nothing. So there will be empty entry. Okay, there will be no entry, or you can mention and you can put it as zero or hyphen something, or you there's no need to write also. No issues. Okay, then it's better to write the entry and put it as a zero because they will allocate marks based on the entries. Okay, one mark for each entry. So they will allocate based on that. So if you didn't write the entry, if you know the answer also, if you didn't write the entry, they will less one mark. If you write the entry and put the zero, so they will understand that you know the entry, you know the sum properly. Okay, so better write the entry and then put the value as a zero. And then for capitals also you do the same thing, or you can write a note on that. So there is no partial reissue, so there will be no gain. So we know no need to transfer to capital reserve. So capital reserve entry is not required. You can write it as a note and mention it as an entry, or you can directly write entry and mention it as zero. Next, first and the final call. So equity first and the final call 20,000 into 2 balance. So 4 balance is 2. So total face value is rupees 10, right? So 2 is the balance. So 40,000 equity share of capital 40,000. So it's a due entry. Next, what do we receive? Bank account debtor. We receive only 19,000. Why? We'll see. So calls in arrears 500 into 2. Calls in advance 20,000. To share first and final call 20,000 into 2. So share first and final call 20,000 into 2. It's a whole amount 40,000. So advance amount is 20,000. Why? Because balance amount adjusted towards excess application. Okay, in 40,000 we have adjusted 20,000 in the application amount. Excess application we adjusted 20,000. So that balance is a 20,000 here. Calls in arrears. Why arrears? What they did? They did what they told. Allotted 500 shares. He failed to pay. So 500 shares he failed to pay. So 500 shares into face value is 2. 1,000 he failed to pay. So that is what calls in arrears. And then balance is bank account. Okay. Balance is bank account. I think bank account calculation will be 20,000 shares. 500 shares he didn't receive. You didn't. Yeah. 19,000 shares. Sorry. Okay, it's category 2, right? In category 2 allotted 4,000 5,000 shares. Okay, allotted 5,000 shares in that 500 he will pay. So 4,500 into, okay. So balance amount, yeah. So 500 shares you didn't pay. So it has been cancelled. Okay. So calls in arrears mean we didn't receive. So okay, 500 shares we didn't receive. So 500 into 2,000. So balance what we received 19,000 shares. This 19,000 shares is inclusive of both the category. Okay, in this sum they have given both the category 1 and category 2. You have to understand that. Category 1 and category 2. So both the category. So in second category he didn't he failed to pay 500 shares. So in second category 500 shares will be less, and then in first category full he received, in second category half amount he received. Yeah, that's the point. So both the category inclusive of 500 shares he didn't receive. So that is what the balance amount 19,000. Okay, what you receive. Next, share capital account debtor 500 into 10, calls in arrears 500 into 2, forfeited shares. What they said, whatever shares he didn't pay, forfeited. So forfeited 500 into 8. Why 8? Because he didn't pay the first and the final call. So he should have paid the allotment money and the application money. 4 per share, 4 per share, 8. So forfeited shares is 500 into 8, 4,000. So whatever is forfeited, reissue. So again the reissued bank account debtor, forfeited shares account debtor, share capital. So if you see 4,000, here 4,000 it's a tallied. So there is no need of entry. Simply return entry and make it as 0. Forfeited shares to capital reserve 0. Or you can write a note also. You can write note, there is no partial uh, creditors as forfeited shares fully reissued. So there will be no gain. Okay. So capital reserve increase not required. You write it as a note, or you can mention as an entry also, or both also you can do, no issues. Okay. So this was a simple sum. In this, only one trick is that two category will be given. Okay, we have to allocate based on the two category. In which category they fail to pay, you have to see it properly, and then you have to minus the value in the call scenarios, whatever he didn't receive. Okay, so balance forfeited and then reissue. In this, for example, if we said that 500 shares have been forfeited, 200 shares have been reissued, means there will be a partial reissue. So you need to calculate capital reserve, you need to calculate gain, and then you should transfer to capital reserve. Okay, so it's a kind of simple sum. So as I said, regarding accounting for shares, only two type of sums they are asking in the 6 marks question. In 3 marks, they will be asking similar questions only, not so much difficult. And sometimes 1 mark also they are asking reissue capital, reissue sums. Okay, they will ask the reissue like three type of transactions or something, or they will give a statement and they will say what will be the amount which will be debited in the bank account, or what is the reissue value. So whatever might they ask, sometimes they will ask what is the amount to be transferred to capital reserve. Okay, so make sure you thorough in the concept of forfeiture reissue. Okay, if you thorough the concept of forfeiture reissue, you can answer the whole chapter easily. So there will be no doubt in that. So I'll conclude this chapter. Okay, and I have another sum. This sum, question number two. Okay, this question you can copy. You can copy this question. I need a solution for this question. Okay, you can try at your own. No issues. After understanding the concept, you can try this sum. Okay, it's a similar kind of previous year question. What we saw the previous year question, it's a similar kind of sum. You can try, you can see the concept also, you can understand the concept and you can try this sum. Okay. After trying, if so, for solutions, you can damn me on WhatsApp, or I will try to fetch the document in the description or something. I'll try to fetch. Okay. I'll see what I can do. If you done with the solution, you can damn in the WhatsApp. I'll give you the solution. Okay, or if you have any doubt, you can ping me in WhatsApp, no issues. I'll try to solve the solution. Okay, then yeah, this chapter is so simple, easy to understand. Only the main concept is forfeiture and reissue. If you done with these two concepts, the whole chapter is fantastic and simple. Okay, so you can make sure you thorough in this chapter. It's a very important chapter for examination. Okay, so next I'm planning to go with cash flow statement, because I have option of debenture also, but compared to debenture, cash flow is very important. So debenture also it's a more or less similar kind. Shares and the debenture similar kind. Okay, so generally this will be same only. In the place of share, you have to replace debenture. That's it. There is no issue. I think one concept will be difficult. I think so. Collateral security, yeah, collateral security will be different. Other than that, there is no change in according to shares and the debenture. Both are similar. Both are same. In the place of shares, you'll be replacing debenture. So cash flow is very important as exams are coming closer. So cash flow it will be helpful for the one who didn't study yet or who need some revisions, who need some clarifications. So I'll go on with the cash flow. Okay. In next video, I'll be starting cash flow. Till that, you can revise this chapter. If you have any doubt in this chapter, you can ping me. I'll try to solve. I will give you the solution. Okay. So, okay, guys. I think you have copied this sum. Okay, we'll solve the sum and give me the solution. Okay, I will respond to you. Okay. If you have messaged me in the WhatsApp, I'll respond within 24 hours. There is no issues. Within 12 to 24 hours, I will respond you. You can give me the solution. I will check whether you are right or not. Okay, this sum is very important, similar to the previous question. So, okay, guys, we'll meet you in the next class with cash flow statement. Okay, do subscribe the channel, do like the video. Okay, do share to your friends also who are studying 12th standard. Okay, do share to them. Okay, guys, uh, any other sum is there? Okay, yeah, that's all. Okay, guys, thank you. I'll see you in the next class with cash flow statement. Okay, bye.